I hear you're looking for a place to get married in the mountains of Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. You love those mountain views, those beautiful landscapes because wedding photos are your #1 priority. You're also hoping for a little bit of privacy along with that good old-fashioned Southern hospitality. Well, hello, I'm Regina at the Honeysuckle Hills wedding venue in Pigeon Forge. I've hosted weddings for 20 years on my family's land. This video is about our Intimate Elopement package, and it may be exactly what you're looking for. Basically, I converted my daddy's hayfield into a huge photography park with multiple places to get married, a place to get dressed, a backup plan if it rains, and more places to take photos than any other venue in the Smoky Mountain area. The Intimate Elopement package is mid-range pricing and has all of the traditional things you would expect for a small wedding of no more than 30 people, a micro wedding, if you will. It includes a 30-minute walkthrough on a day before the wedding, your ceremony officiant, a coordinator to direct the wedding and set out any chairs if needed, and a designated amount of time to use the venue for things like getting dressed, the ceremony, and all your photos. It's priced both with or without one of our recommended professional photographers. Don't get frustrated and try to choose your ceremony place until you get here the day before the wedding. Our venue has seasonal aspects, and you may think you want to get married at the willow tree, for example, and then you get here and there's beautiful flowers blooming over at Creekside Ridge. Well, you can choose your ceremony and change it at the drop of a hat. We also have backup plans for rain, like this beautiful wedding chapel upstairs and our Creekside Pavilion outside. The Creekside Pavilion is open air, so if there's a huge rainstorm, you might want to opt for the wedding chapel instead. We have a long list of officiants to choose from based on their availability. We have males, females, civil, and Christian, and also those who welcome the LGBT community with open arms. Intimate Elopement package is priced both with and without a professional photographer. If you choose the option with a professional photographer, there's another list you can choose from of talented professionals, and getting on that list is extremely hard. As a semi-retired photographer myself, I was the main photographer here at Honeysuckle Hills for the first 19 years of its existence. Rest assured that those photographers on my list know their lighting, posing, they're friendly, they have creative vision, post-production skills, and they have the certificate of liability required if you want to add the session with our horses running and approaching close enough to touch. Our recommended photographers will start 30 minutes after you get here, and their time will end when your venue time ends. They're going to include a copyright release of all your beautiful images. If you use your own photographer, they're welcome to start from the moment of your arrival, and their time ends when your venue time ends. We'll work with them as a valued team member here as well, because basically at Honeysuckle Hills, the photographers are almost gods. Your wedding pictures are the single most important thing, and we work with your photographers hand in hand. Now let's talk about the venue time included with your Intimate Elopement package. There are actually 3 different choices for the length of venue time that you can book. An hour and a half would be typical for a couples only wedding, or if you have up to 10 people with you. 2 hours would be typical for up to 20 guests, and 2.5 hours would be typical for 30 guests. However, the guest count is only one of many factors that you should use to determine how much time you need at our venue. Also consider the number of locations you want for photographs, the pace of the wedding, whether you want it to be a slower pace or if you want to just get in there and get everything done. If you want to add things like a first dance or a cake cutting or private vow readings, it all matters. Here's an example how an hour and a half of venue time can be used for 2 different situations with our Intimate Elopement package at Honeysuckle Hills. If it's just the 2 of you, that's going to be the most relaxing and slowest pace. The first 30 minutes you're going to use to change into your wedding attire. You're always going to arrive with your hair and makeup already complete, and all you have to do is change clothes when you get here. After you're dressed, the next 10 minutes will be used for your ceremony, which ultimately should leave about 45 to 50 minutes for your beautiful wedding photos. That's plenty of time for photos both on our main grounds and at our mountain meadows. Now, that same hour-and-a-half time period, well, if you have 10 wedding guests, you're going to get here and use that first 30 minutes to get ready. Again, you're going to arrive with your hair and makeup already complete. Everyone except the two of you should be here dressed and ready. The only people that should have to change into wedding attire would be you and your sweetheart. After you're dressed, the next 15 minutes would be for your ceremony, another 15 minutes for family group photos, which ultimately and hopefully should leave 30 minutes for photos of the two of you. Technically, you could do it in a more hurried fashion and get some on the main grounds and the rest of them at the mountain meadows. It's a little bit more rushed, but it can be done. If you need help getting hair and makeup services scheduled at your cabin or hotel, just let me know. As your wedding coordinator, I'm going to do things like greet as many of your wedding guests as possible and let them know what to expect. I'm going to provide a cooler with iced down bottled water in our Creekside Pavilion where they're probably going to hang out while you're getting dressed upstairs. I'll also let people know when it's time to be seated. I'll line up the wedding party if you have any, and I'll tell everybody what to do and when. I'll even play your ceremony music on a Bluetooth speaker. Our wedding venue is pretty much set up, decorated, and ready to go. And when your guests walk through the doors, it looks like you spent months coming up with this beautiful vision. Basically, I try to keep everything here decorated in an elegant, country chic fashion with history as a focus. If you want to bring a few extra things like some pictures or a guest book, as long as it doesn't take longer than 15 minutes for me to set out for you, I'm happy to do that for you. Just bring them to your walkthrough the day before the wedding, and that way I'll have it handy to set out. We possibly will do more than one wedding that day, just not at the same time. Whenever possible, I also love to do some content creation. I'll take my little Sony VZ1, and as long as I'm not interfering with the main photographer, I'm going to try to capture as many moments as possible. I can never guarantee exactly what I'm going to get, but it's a joy to me to show off all of the fun things that happened at your wedding. You'll get a little highlight reel set to royalty-free music, and then I'll also do reels for social media with voiceovers. Our Intimate Elopement package is only one of 4 curated all-inclusive packages that we offer here at Honeysuckle Hills. And honestly, it's just to get your imagination sparked. I do more custom wedding packages here at Honeysuckle Hills this year than I've ever done before. I want to hear your love story. I want to hear your vision. I want to hear about all the things you're hoping to carry out here at our venue. There's so many beautiful things to enjoy. Creeks, horses, flower gardens, a 1950 Ford truck. The list goes on and on. And I want everything to be pulled together perfectly for your vision. I can also help you with a realistic timeline to get everything done. Remember, people aren't robots. That human element is what makes weddings so special, and that's not something as a coordinator that I want to interrupt. Don't try to squish a big wedding into a small one here at Honeysuckle Hills. The Intimate Elopement is absolutely perfect for a traditional wedding experience without the complexity of a large-scale event. In the description of this video, and you can find multiple ways to reach out to me. You'll also see the lists of how to choose your wedding officiant, how to choose your photographer, and how to book your wedding, and also a booking form for the Intimate Elopement package. Your wedding is part of our family's legacy. Without you, Honeysuckle Hills is nothing, and I absolutely can't wait to meet you. Woohoo!